Good morning. All right. It's time to talk about coffee again and again and again and again because program starts on Sunday on September 15th. And I am in conversation with so many women who want to join the program. And this is how it happens every single year. And the biggest objection, the biggest fear to joining the program, I have to say by far, is the fact that we will be removing coffee. Coffee is on the list of inflammatory foods. It is highly toxic to the body, no matter what anybody tells you, incredibly disrupting to hormones. And in order to heal the body, it has to go, at least temporarily. So I've had ladies in the past who've joined my programs and they'll tell me, Dana, I've waited 5 years. I've wanted to do your program for 5 years, but I was so scared to give up coffee that it took me 5 years to finally join your program. 5 years. And they have all sorts of issues, thyroid issues, they have fibroids, they have horrible periods, they have debilitating migraines, they have IBS, they have arthritis, like you name it. And they lived with all of these symptoms and all of these conditions for 5 years. Potentially all of these symptoms getting worse over the 5 years, because if you don't do anything, they will, rather than stop coffee. So has to be addressed. Let me start off by saying that I love coffee. Who doesn't? I've met a few people who actually don't like coffee at all. It's not their thing. They don't drink it. And when I say coffee, I'm not just talking about coffee. I'm referring to all caffeine. But for the majority of people, their source of caffeine is coffee. I love coffee. I love the taste. I love when I travel, I love sitting in cafes like for hours and just having my coffee. And my coffee, my mom's always making fun of me because my coffee is not black. It's not, my coffee is a mocha latte or a mocha frappuccino, depending on the weather, and I take it with a half a shot of coffee. So my mom calls it ice cream. She's like, this isn't even coffee, it's ice cream. So some of you might not even, it's not even about the coffee. You might be like me, it's about the flavor and the sugar. We're addicted. It's an addiction. Caffeine is an addiction. It's not, there's no way to say this nicely. We're drug addicts. If you don't want to give something up, like caffeine, which is a drug, means you're addicted to a drug and you're an addict. Have to put it out there. So I had to find a way to not become an addict, I had to wait to remove it. Also because of everything that was happening in my body. It was a huge source of the inflammation and hormonal imbalance and all of that. So I'm not here pretending like I'm all perfect and I don't drink my coffee and I don't love my coffee and I don't understand why people love coffee. I understand 100%. But having gone through the process, I can also tell you how incredible it is when you decide to prioritize yourself and to overcome your addiction. It is an addiction. I'm going to keep saying it. And to see what happens to your body on the other side of that. You will be amazed. So there is a process to figuring out how and if coffee works for your body, but you can't figure it out while you're still drinking coffee. It has to be eliminated for at least a month. And this is what I show you how to do in the program, at least a month to get all of that caffeine out of your system. And then you can reintroduce it. And there's a way to, and the timing is also very important with coffee, to drink it once you've removed it from your body so that your body after a month can give you clear and true feedback as to how it really wants or doesn't want coffee. And this is key because right now, if you're drinking your coffee, maybe several cups a day, and you're eating bread and you're eating cheese, and maybe you're having your glass of wine at night, and you're eating, pasta, and you're eating all the things that I always mention, there's no way that you can really gauge to what extent coffee is working or not working for you. If you're somebody who wakes up in the morning and the first thing you have to do is have a cup of coffee because you can't function without it, nobody can talk to you without it, you're an addict and your body is extremely deficient in nutrients, and you're using coffee and caffeine as an external artificial trigger for your energy. And we know it's artificial, and we know it's external. Obviously, you're drinking it. It's not really giving you energy. It's not really helping you function, because right after you drink it, you get that high, that high where the energy kicks in and your brain fires up and everything feels amazing and you get a million ideas and you can multitask and everybody seems really nice all of a sudden and you can do anything. Right after that high, there's a crash. So we know that it's a completely artificial dose of energy. And the reason that you need it is because your body is deficient in the real sources of energy that it needs to function. Your body wasn't created weak and tired and lazy and achy. Your brain wasn't created to not be able to focus, not be able to concentrate. Your brain and the rest of your body, as I keep telling you always over and over and over again, are made up of millions of cells that need to be fed so they can function. Part of the function is energy. Part of the function in the brain is focus and concentration and clarity and being inspired. Your brain and your body can't do those things when they're deficient in vital minerals and vitamins and enzymes and hydration. So you're not deficient in caffeine. You're not giving your body something that the caffeine is not solving the problem. It's a temporary Band-Aid solution. We want to remove the temporary solution and solve the problem at the root cause. When you fulfill and provide and bring in the deficiencies that you've been missing, the real deficiencies, the vitamins and the minerals and the enzymes and the live hydration, that coffee high that you get, where all of a sudden you have that energy and all of a sudden your brain is focused and you can do anything, that happens naturally without needing coffee, this artificial, external, toxic. I love it, but it's toxic, right? You can do that without the coffee. So you need to be able to give your body a chance to figure out, like clear it out so it can give you feedback on the coffee. And you'll be surprised after a month. We usually do about a month to 6 weeks in the program of no coffee. And we bring the coffee back in, you'd be really surprised that you might not enjoy the taste anymore. It might not do anything for you anymore. You might need less than you thought than what you're currently having. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of empowering data that you need to acquire about yourself and your body so that you can make that decision. For some of you, it won't work. It won't work. I've been able to figure out that I can have this much coffee of my mocha frappuccino or my cafe mocha. My husband is always complaining whenever we go out and I order it, I only drink this much. I can drink that much after I've had my breakfast and my morning routine. So even when you bring coffee back in, it can't be first thing in the morning. It can't be on an empty stomach because that will wreak havoc on your body. There's a way to do it. If your body gives you feedback that it's okay, there's a way to do it. But you need to go through the process. You need to eliminate it first, along with all the other inflammatory foods. So people always say, but then I can't. How am I going to live? How am I going to live? People actually tell me, how am I going to live without my coffee? And I will be able to function. And this is all addict speak. Like if you just stop for a minute and listen to yourself, that's just how addicts talk about drugs, right? So you need to give your chance. You will be able to survive. You will be able to function. The withdrawal part, the hardest part is usually between 3 and 5 days. After that, you're good to go. And then when people tell me I can't live without coffee, coffee is the only thing I enjoy in my life. So then I need to give them a reality check. Like, really? Your life is so bad that the only enjoyment you have in your life is coffee? And I say this with love, then your problem is not coffee, honey. Your problem is your life. So don't use it as a crutch. It can be something you enjoy. It can be an enjoyment. It can't be the only enjoyment. So there also has to be a reframe there. And then if you're sick, right? and you know, you're like, the coffee makes me happy. I want to be able to live. But I'm like, are you actually living though? If you have an autoimmune and you have a thyroid condition or you have arthritis and you can't move and you're stuck at home all day and you have, you know, you have no energy, even when you drink the coffee, because that can happen also. And you have aches and pains and you're on 10 different medications and you can't go travel with your kids or your grandkids. How is that a life? But you get to enjoy your cup of coffee? Reframe the way you look at all of this. All right. So, program starts on the 15th, which is Sunday. You still get to have your coffee on Sunday. So if that's something you're worried about, on Sunday, you can still drink your coffee. You can still drink your coffee Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The first 4 days of the program, we don't remove any of the foods. The first 4 days are just preparation days. And we start the actual plan on Thursday, the 19th. So if you're scared that you're going to wake up on Sunday morning without coffee, don't be. We're going to ease into it. All right. So Sunday is the first day of the program. You are going to be in a community of women. And I can tell you already, ladies, the women who have already joined are in it to win it. And they're in it to change their health and change their bodies and change their lives. You are going to be in incredible company while you make these changes. So don't let this opportunity pass you, because accountability and support are, to me anyway, and the way that I've created this program to be such a community situation, community effort, is so important, because you won't find a lot of support in your own circles. You won't. For whatever reason, it always tends to be that the people closest to us are the ones who support us the least. So when you find yourself in a community like this one, with all of these women, all of them going through almost exactly what you're feeling. All of them are going to go through the exact same process that you're going to go through. They're going to be there for you. They're going to support you. They're going to be your cheerleaders. They're going to be there when you feel down. And you are going to be there for them also. This is what's going to make it happen, because it's very challenging to try and just go out there and do this on your own without the right plan, which is what I provide, without the support, without the accountability. So send me a message today if you're finally ready to just prioritize you. Take a chance on you. Like, really, are you really going to let coffee be the one thing that stands between you and a completely different life? Ask yourself that, and then message me if you have any questions about the program. We start Sunday the 15th. The deadline to join is Friday the 13th. Have an amazing day.